Alrighty, my name's Eddie Green. I just wanted to show you the brass cleaning system that I've set up after watching lots of guys and their products on YouTube for cleaning brass. I decided to build my own. So anyway, to start with, that's my old pool pump motor. We replaced it because the pump went bad in it, front bearing went bad, and the result was I held on to it because I'm a friggin' pack rat, but at any rate, I pulled it apart and replaced the front bearing, which happened to be the same bearing that goes on General Motors alternators, so I was able to pick it up for like $6. And I took that motor, and there's the brass pulley that I made and the steel pulley that I made. Now, I made those over here on my grandfather's old lathe. This lathe was designed and built by Montgomery Ward, marketed by Montgomery Ward almost 100 years ago. This lathe is about 90 years old and still functions fine. I've maintained it, kept it lubricated, put a new belt on it, and that sort of thing. But at any rate, the pulleys I built originally, this little portion right here was an individual motor with a right angle drive, which is 60-to-1 reduction ratio. So I hooked it up first just with this portion, but this little motor worked fine until I loaded the bucket full of brass. And as you can see, I used the orange buckets from Home Depot, and it wouldn't quite turn when it was full of brass, so I discarded the windings in the middle here. I've got them sitting here somewhere. Yeah, here they are. Anyway, I discarded the windings because they were in good shape, but they just didn't have the strength to rotate everything. And so what I did was I built that steel pulley over there on my grandfather's lathe from some of these old slugs of metal that I pick up when I visit junkyards and whatnot. Like this one right here. This is a stainless steel slug, and there's some iron slugs right there. Anyway, I just pick them up because I like messing with the stuff and I have a lathe. At any rate, I made that pulley, had to cut the little grooves in it on both of them so that it would fit this little 3-groove belt. And, oh yeah, by the way, that brass pulley, that's the weight that goes on your sprayer for your sink. When you pull the sprayer out, that's the little weight that pulls it back down and pulls the hose back inside your sink. At any rate, that pulley, that brass slug fit perfectly on the shaft of that motor. So all I had to do was cut it a little bit to relieve it so I can get a nut on the end and put 3 grooves in it. So it worked out just right. Another great result of being a pack rat. So at any rate, I made the pulley, cut it out, made it about 4 thousandths undersized so it wouldn't quite fit on that armature. And then I put it over here on my hot plate, which I've got right there. Heated it up to probably 300, 350 degrees, and then slipped it down over the armature of the little motor that just couldn't do the trick. And then it cooled down and locked onto that armature, so it's very, very secure on there. And then I made this bucket from the Home Depot collection that I've got, and I made it so I could remove it by screwing that pulley that originally came on that little 90-degree right angle. I screwed it into this plywood base and the opposite side of that inside here in my bucket. And then I used these 2 casters that I bought and set them up so that the bucket would spin on the casters. And so let's put this bucket back on here. Now this is just, this bucket here is just the, what I use for the outer sleeve. It actually does not turn the brass. I use another bucket to slip inside of it. So over here is all the paraphernalia, and there's my pretty granddaughter Brookster. Her name's Brooke. I call her Brookster because she's sweet. At any rate, there's a bucket of brass. I haven't weighed it. I think there's about probably 1,500, 2,000 rounds in there. And then this is the bucket that we use to clean the brass. Now I made this paddle wheel right here to slip inside of the bucket, made it out of PCV pipe, so that there would be no external holes in the buckets, because I didn't want any water leaks. So that goes in there, and then we put in, that's 5 pounds of stainless steel pins. We use these pins to clean the brass, of course. And there's another 5 pounds that I bought because I'm cleaning a lot of brass, and these pins I don't think were quite enough by themselves. So anyway, we put the brass pins, and I've got about 2 gallons of water here in this bucket that I'll put in there. And then we put in a product called Lemmy Shine. Where'd I put my Lemmy Shine? There's the Lemmy Shine. This, of course, goes inside your dishwashers to clean all of the deposits that form inside your dishwasher. So anyway, use a little bit of Lemmy Shine and a couple of drops of Dawn dishwashing liquid.